Hello and welcome. This video shows you how to report your business emissions to the Commonwealth to comply with 310 CMR 7.71 Greenhouse Gas Emissions Reporting Regulation. We'll give a brief overview of the regulation as it relates to the reporting of heating fuel deliveries and walk you through the reporting process. Previous videos provide guidance on registration and report preparation. Please review those videos first if you have not done so already. In November 2024, the Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection finalized amendments to the Greenhouse Gas Emissions Reporting Regulation. These amendments require heating fuel suppliers that deliver heating fuel to homes and businesses in the Commonwealth to register their business and report their greenhouse gas emissions associated with heating fuel they have distributed. Businesses will not have to calculate their emissions. They will only need to enter the amounts of fuel they distributed that quarter. Emissions will be calculated by the reporting software based on the amount and type of heating fuel supplied to locations in Massachusetts. The amendments require heating fuel suppliers to report their emissions quarterly. The report must be submitted by the last day of the month following the reporting quarter. For example, the report covering January, February, and March is due on the last day of April. Heating fuel suppliers also need to retain records for 5 years, including delivery tickets issued to customers, shipping documents provided by fuel storage facilities, and information about the biofuel content of fuels if known. However, these records do not need to be submitted to MassDEP each quarter. Let's begin the reporting process. First, navigate to the Clean Heat and Emissions Tracking System, or CHETS. Click Sign In to sign in to your account. You will be directed to the CHETS homepage. As a reminder, the designated representative is legally responsible for submitting quarterly emissions reports. The designated representative is the person who completed the registration process, which is reviewed in the Part 1 Register Your Business video. However, the designated representative can add additional users to CHETS. Anyone who has been added as a designee or account manager can report the business emissions data on behalf of the designated representative. Guidance on how to add users is available from the CHETS Help Desk. To navigate to the Help Desk, click on the Help icon on the CHETS homepage. Then select Invite a new user for account managers. More information on adding new users is also available in the Frequently Asked Question document on MassDEP's webpage. Now let's talk about how to report your emissions. Before you begin, make sure you know the legal name of your heating fuel supplier and the quantity of fuel delivered in gallons by fuel type. From the CHETS homepage, click Submissions on the top right. The first time you report your emissions, you will need to take a few additional setup steps, which we will describe shortly. You only need to do this before you submit your first report. To start, select Fuel Supplier Reporting from the Supplier Type drop-down menu. Then select Start Registration. Enter your business legal name in the entry field and press Continue. You should now see the quarterly reporting form screen. Using the drop-down, select the number of trucks your business uses to deliver fuel in Massachusetts. After you have entered your number of trucks, select Submit Registration to save this information. You will return to the Submissions page. You should only complete these steps the first time you report. For subsequent quarters, you will add new periods to the existing report as opposed to adding your business information again. Now let's begin the quarterly emissions report. To do so, click View Edit Your Business Name. This will take you back to the quarterly report form screen, where you will see your legal entity name and number of delivery vehicles pre-populated. Assuming this information was inputted correctly, click Next. From the data entry screen, select Add a New Period in the top right corner. In the drop-down menu, select the year and quarter you are reporting for. Press Select. Now you will enter the quantity of fuel, in gallons, that you delivered for each heating fuel type. If you did not deliver a specific type of heating fuel, enter 0. All delivered quantity fields must be populated to continue. Make sure to scroll down to view all entry fields. CHETS will perform the emissions calculations for you and display the results in the emissions column in terms of metric tons of carbon dioxide. You do not need to perform any manual calculations. The details of the calculations are shown at the bottom of the screen for your reference. At the bottom of the page, you will see the table of carbon dioxide emission factors CHETS is using to calculate your emissions. The source of these emission factors is 40 CFR Part 98, Table C1 to Subpart C. Your emissions are calculated by multiplying the volume of fuel delivered by the higher heating value, or HHV, and the heating fuel specific emissions factor. The HHV captures the total energy content of the fuel. Multiplying the quantity of fuel delivered by the HHV converts the units from gallons into BTUs, which is a measure of heat. Multiplying again by the emission factor converts from British thermal units to kilograms of carbon dioxide released. To save the data you entered, you must select Submit in the first line of the table. If you do not select Submit in blue, your data will not be saved. Then you will need to read and accept the certification statement. Once you have submitted your data, you will automatically receive an email with a PDF of your submission. Please note, it may take a few minutes for the email to arrive. You can also download this same PDF by clicking Download Statement on this screen. If you need to modify the data, you can select Edit. Once you finish editing the data, ensure you click on Save in blue. You will be emailed a new PDF of the updated data. Once finished, click Next. If you would like to provide any supporting documentation, you can upload it from the Report Documentation screen. No supporting documentation is required to report your quarterly emissions successfully, so it is acceptable to leave this section blank. Once finished, click Exit. Congratulations, you have now successfully reported your quarterly emissions data. On this submission summary screen, you will see your company's legal name in blue. Each time you create a quarterly report, you should select your company's name. Do not select Start Registration each time you create a report. This completes the reporting process. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us for additional support. You can contact our support team by email at dep.chets@mass.gov or give us a call at 617-227-1017.